Hey there, Mama. So, for the past month or so, I've been getting a lot of feedback on busy moms that are wanting to see more like behind the scenes of my map book. They want to see my actual notebook, they have questions, and I'm here for it. So, I am excited to share with you today a behind the scenes look at my monthly lists. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you can go ahead and finish this video. But in the video description, there is a link to my map book setup guide. It's totally free. And it is the notebook system that I swear by to get you from feeling overwhelmed to super organized. So again, if you're feeling a little lost in this video, it's not you. You definitely want to check out the setup guide. The setup guide mentions monthly lists, and I'm just going to dive a little deeper into it today in this video. So let's take a look at my monthly list for April. I'm going to show you the one for last month, which at the time of recording was April, and then the one for the current month, which is May. So you'll see, here's my April list. It's in the front of my map book, and I have crossed off everything that I did in April. Remember, I set these lists up really at the end of the year, or at the beginning of the year, excuse me. At the beginning of the year, I set this up and I add to it and I change it when I'm looking at the month ahead. But yesterday was my task was to kind of wrap up April, and I went through and made sure everything was done and cross those off my list. There are a few things that like didn't happen. For example, oh no, I did give blood in April. But sometimes there are some things that don't happen. This month just happened to be a month that I took care of all the things, which is awesome. So let's take a second to think about how I set this up when I go to set up my monthly list. In the beginning of my notebook, I have the months that are coming up, so April, May, June, and I have my to-do list. For my to-do list, I really start with my calendar. So I look at my calendar and I think about what events do I have coming up. So you'll see on here like Easter's on there. My family celebrates Easter. We have Lucy is my dog. It was her birthday on the 21st. We have, let's see, our dating anniversary. It was my husband and I's dating. I don't know. That sounds weird. It was our dating anniversary in April, and we celebrate that actually more than we celebrate our wedding anniversary. So that's why it's listed on there. Yours may look nothing like this, but I go through my calendar, pull out any events, and then write down anything that any activity associated with it. So, for example, for Easter, you'll see the two sort of activities I wanted to do around Easter were to decorate eggs and to do an egg hunt with my kids. That involves a little pre-planning. I needed to get the Easter eggs, figure out where we're doing the hunt, who we're doing it with, get the things to decorate the eggs, get the eggs. So I have all of those written there for me to refer back to. So that'll give you a little bit of an idea how that works. And then this is May. This is my list for May coming up. And like I mentioned, it is early May right now when I'm recording this. So I went through and wrote down, again, everything that I did last May and everything that I see on my calendar that's coming up. So I already gave blood back in April, and so I crossed it off already for the month because I can't give blood in May. You need to wait 8 weeks. So I crossed that off, but then I looked through things to do this month. This morning, I actually did my May reflection wheel, so I can cross that off. Every month, I try to check in with my husband. We ask ourselves two questions: what's going well? What could make things even better? And you'll see I just have some things to tackle this month, like Mother's Day is coming up. I write a letter to both my girls in a notebook for Mother's Day. That's like our little tradition. So I need to do that. And then some things you'll notice that they repeat. I'm going to go back to April for a second, but you'll notice things like the picture dump and the yearbook page and the birthday page repeat every month. Marriage check-in as well. So I just write down kind of those big things and then track it throughout the month as I go through. These are so those like the picture dump and the yearbook pages. Those are all systems that I use to organize, for example, our family pictures. So at the end of every month, my husband and I we make a Google photo album and we put in all the pictures that are decent from the month, and then I go on to Shutterfly and I create a page in our family yearbook for May. I write down what we did in that month and then our favorite pictures from the month. And then I do the same thing in my daughter's birthday books. their yearbooks. And I just do that once a month because that way in December, I can just hit print and I don't need to, in the craziness of December, have to be like, what did we do in May? Like, I don't even remember May. It's just a system that I use that I love. So I really enjoy using my monthly lists to help me keep track of my systems. So if that's something you struggle with, again, it's just like a repeating activity that you can add to this monthly list to check in with yourself. So take a second right now to think about how it might be helpful for you to use a monthly list in your map book. If you're not currently using one, maybe that's something that you could challenge yourself to add at this point. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you're like, lady, what the heck is a map book? I don't even know what you're talking about. There is a link in the video description that will lead you right there. And you will get your free setup guide sent right to your email. It's a PDF, so you can dive in right away. It's broken up by days, or you can just sit down for 1 hour and crank the whole thing out. I promise you, this could be the best thing that you do for yourself this year, Mama. Be sure to check it out. Thank you so much for being here, Mama. I appreciate you. And don't forget, keep growing. Little eyes are watching. See you soon.